love snacks during Vacation Bible School. For one, they taste great, but also it is a great opportunity to relate, to get to know kids. And what I've noticed though is a lot of times the snack team, the team that's in the kitchen preparing the snacks, they are probably the most separated group from the kids of any group in most of the Bible schools where I've been. And so what I mean is the kids come in and their leaders are usually with them, and then the snacks are already set out at the table, or they come through a line and they pick up the snacks. And so there's not a lot of relationship going on between the kids and actually the people that are serving the snacks. And so I want to encourage you to be very intentional about getting to know the kids, learning as many names as you can, even if you don't know their names. As kids come through, give them high fives as they come through. Tell them how glad you are that they're there. You know, stop at a table and say, what have you guys been learning today? And challenge the kids. Sit down at the table, eat a snack with them. What I see a lot, and I know there's a job to be done in the kitchen. I understand that. But I see a lot of times clumping up happening in the kitchen. And sometimes you have to be very intentional to break away from that area and to actually go and spend time with the kids. The other thing that I want you to see as a snack serving or a snack leader is that you have the very unique opportunity of being very free, not obligated, during certain times of Vacation Bible School, especially toward the beginning and toward the end. Now, a lot of times that's where you need the people who are ready to lead a child to Christ, because you, when you're done with snacks and all the kids have come through and you're cleaning up and putting up, usually there's some time in there. So I want to encourage you to listen to the evangelism sessions in this training to become an expert at sharing your salvation story, your testimony of how you were saved, and of leading children to Christ. That way you can become an asset during that time when kids arrive and that time right before kids leave, where you're on hand to talk to kids about the most important thing, the thing that's at the heart of Bible school anyway, and that's how these kids can know Christ. And so that's my challenge to you. Don't just serve snacks, but to look beyond. Be relational. Share your testimony with kids. Even sit down at a table with kids and say, hey, can I tell you about the greatest thing that ever happened to me? In 1 minute, tell your story of how you got saved. Don't just minister by serving food. Minister through relationship. Minister by presenting the gospel. Don't separate yourself from that. Then I also want to suggest this. In a number of Bible schools where I've been, I've seen churches struggling financially. But because traditionally minded, they have to have crafts, they have to have snacks, they have to have... I want you to realize your craft time and your snack time, they can be the same time. That your snacks can actually be a craft. And it's actually really fun when kids come in and they actually build what they then eat. And there's lots of great ideas out there on the internet. Some curriculums are now beginning to use that because they see the advantage that kids come in and they get to build something. They're having fun with it. Then they get to eat it. And sometimes there's more that they make that they get to take home to mom or dad. And so as you plan your snacks, be creative. Remember to serve things that kids like. Be very wise as far as taking donations in. With food, you have to be very careful to know where that food has come from, who prepared it. You have to be safe. And then, don't be afraid. Don't be in that box where you don't want to step out to actually engage kids to where they're willing to build. They're going to build something. It's going to be their craft snack. So it's not just something they breeze through and they eat, but they actually come through. It engages them, teaches them something spiritual, a spiritual truth, and then they get to eat it all up at the end. But snacks are one of my favorite parts. It's an incredible time. It's where you see a lot of kids get saved because that's where a lot of conversations happen as well. And so pray for your snack time. Guard it, be on hand, be prepared, and do your best to make the most of every opportunity to engage these kids with the gospel of Jesus.